my subs. Thank you very much for watching and staying with me. And before I start, may I remind you all that I am a complete fucking amateur with zero credibility whatsoever. That said, let's get tonight's review underway. And tonight I have a very special, lovely little watch. The Seiko SRPC61 K1, the bottle cap, a beautiful timepiece from the Seiko 5 sports range. Now this particular piece was purchased by my good friend for 1,049 Polish zloty, which translates to approximately £212. Quite expensive, and from looking at the case back, I've deciphered this watch was made in May 2018 and was number 563 of its production run. The bottle cap, Seiko 5, released in 2018. Its release was heralded with very little fanfare, as Seiko often do with the Seiko 5 range. They don't tell you when they're going to release them, they don't advertise it, they just pop them out and there they are. It's a beautiful little piece, and let's start with its printed minute track, which is in this case perfectly aligned with the beautifully applied hour markers, ringed with steel, as we've all come to know on our mid-tier Seiko kamikazes. What can I say? Rectangular markers at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock marker is shortened to accommodate the framed date window, framed in white, with a white date wheel and a black day wheel. A lovely touch from Asako Shinputsu Harikiri. Sunday is highlighted in red. There is no blue for Saturday, as is common on most Seiko divers, indicating the relaxed nature of a calm and enjoyable Saturday. Sunday, red, reminding you that work is imminent and your life is owned by some kind of fucking bastard. Time clock punching retards will understand and feel my pain. What else is there? Well, the dial, and it's a lovely dial, and she proudly displays 7 rows of text. Unfortunately at the moment, let's take her off the cushion. Shall I zoom out? Do you want me to? I know you probably do, so I will. And there we are. We zoomed out somewhat. Let's take her off the cushion for a closer look, and let me allow me to just move the handset around. Sorry, forgive me. This is terrible, but I want to be able to see these 7 rows of text. Notice the non-screwing crown. That's for later. So where are we with the little bottle cap? Looks like a bottle cap, doesn't it? Funny that. So, at the top of the dial, you're presented with Seiko 5's logo. It's been applied, not printed, which is, for a watch of this class, is very nice. My camera is shit, but it is applied in metal. Very attractively, very well done, lovely, fantastic. Underneath that, you can see sports printed in red. A lovely thing. Below the handset, you can find the words automatic 24 jewels and 100 meters, printed in white. The final row of text is almost invisible and hiding beneath the minute track. There we are. She's there, and short of a loop, you won't see her, but she's there, describing the production clothes. Hardlex crystal, Seiko's proprietary mineral composite. I've described my love of this not sapphire piece of shit, but you really can't complain when you're buying a Seiko 5. You can when you're buying a Sumo or a Monster or anything higher up the tier, but at this range, she doesn't scratch. She wears well, and she's a fucking retard on the wrist. She's flush with the bezel, perfectly flush. I can try and show you, but it's really very nicely done. And the bezel, which is thinner than you'd find with a typical Seiko dive watch. Of course, this watch is not a dive watch, merely resembling one. Do not think you're buying a dive watch, because this is not one. Splash proof, swim proof, but all of us, like me, who are regularly diving, saturation style in a bell at depths beyond recognition, will understand. Do not splash about with this little piece. The crown is not screwing. An unshrouded tuner is probably the best comparison I can offer for this little retard. Of course, a 4 o'clock 10 to 4 bezel, as we all know and love from the Seiko family. Let's move on to the inevitability of the Seiko bracelet. This one is okay. It's okay. Let's not beat about the bush. It's a Seiko bracelet, and this is a Seiko 5. The kamikaze have attempted to hide their transgressions from us, and for most this will be acceptable. Most of us will never know the difference. But for the more eagle-eyed bros out there, they will easily be able to spot a folded link. We can see them. Folded metal, jingle, jangle, piece of shit. But this is a Seiko 5, and it's to be expected. Can you see the line? They've attempted to hide it, but they've not done it very well. It's a folded metal. No problem. It's a jingle jangle, piece of shit bastard. But look at the lugs. The lugs are short. The specs I have not offered up. People will be staggered at the specs on this piece. We have a massive 45mm without the crown, a 47mm lug to lug, and a 13mm height, which is quite acceptable, would even slide under a dress cuff if you were so inclined. 20mm lug width provides this watch with something quite special. Split pins are featured in the Seiko 5. Look at those folded links. Don't worry about them. You can change the bracelet. It's not a problem. No pin and collar is featured in a watch not designed for the ravages of deep-sea diving. So, where are we? I'm quite hammered. Let me hang on a minute, you guys. You fucking... There we go. I'm back. Carrying on. What do we say? The second hand. One of the things I love about this little bastard. Look how long that needle is. And it extends right into the minute track. Even the hour hand gets close. This is great. I love to see that second hand touching the markers. Beautiful. Well done. Quite fantastic. Accuracy, I don't know. It's a brand new, fresh out the box, diced to the socks. And as you can see, we have Seiko stamped piece of shit metal. But I will not complain at this price point. On the back, we have a display of a utilitarian, undecorated 4R36 movement. It is a workhorse, a powerhouse, and I don't need to go into details. I mean, look at it. It's an ugly little bastard, but it runs, spins like a top, doesn't miss a beat. Look at that balance wheel. What do you want? What are you buying, a fucking Patek? I don't think so. So there we are. 4 micro adjustments featured on the clasp. Wonderful. Stamp piece of shit metal. Get rid of it immediately. Shinzo Abe Soku Shinbutsu. Committed by you under duress. I know you won't do it, but you should, you fucker. So, let's refer to the series. This watch comes in a multitude of offerings. This one is my big bro Crazy's purchase, but you can buy it in the SRPC61, which comes in a steel case and bracelet with a dark blue dial and orange seconds hand. The SRPC65, which comes with a graduated teal green dial and black bracelet. The SRPC67, all black dial and case, coming on a NATO strap. The SRPC68, the black sheep of the family. The root beer, stainless case with a bronze bezel and brown dial on a brown NATO. Quite ugly, but quite charming. So there you have it. He's not handsome, not pretty. He's not particularly well made, as you mid-tier Seiko freaks are accustomed to. He's quite expensive, considering you can acquire an SKX ISO certified 200-meter screw-in crown hardcore dive watch for similar money. But nevertheless, there is something quite charming about this little fellow. Beguiling. Stoic even. He appears as if he could endure great hardship and pain without giving himself away. And for that reason, I do love him. Add one to your collection and enjoy the cocktail time, which is also quite great. But no, before I go away, I haven't shown you, because this is one thing, Seiko 5, they're not going to give you loom the same way that you're going to get loom from the next tier. And I will demonstrate that. I'm not slagging him off. He's wonderful. But let's see the difference. And I don't know why they can't just paint these guys with the same stuff. But they don't. So, 3, 2, 1. There's the difference in loom. Quite great. Back in the room. There you are. Crafted blue. Sweet as a nut. Freaky. Freaky. So everybody, here we have the bottle cap. I hope you've enjoyed. I haven't shown you the display. I did show you. There you go. Johnny. Oh, the bezel. Look at the quality. As good as a monster. Not as good as a sumo. Better than my turtle. Not much backplay. It's great. Inverted triangulate ease in your testes. And the testes of this watch hang low. Let's not forget that. All my bros, peep the hands. Stay freaky. Keep your feathers retarded. And never give up. Never give up.